These are just a set of few question and answers which should help us get some take-home messages. First is, what solution is recommended for cleaning the instruments before we sterilize them? Normal saline, sorry for the typo there, balanced salt solution, distilled water, or bacillocid solution? And the answer is distilled water. There a lot of postgraduates with whom I discussed this question yesterday somehow interestingly answered balanced salt solution, and I couldn't realize why they thought so. The basic idea here is to avoid any kind of salts being deposited on our instruments before we sterilize them, especially those with lumens tend to have these salts deposition and which become anhydrous for infection when they are reused again. The next question, what is the strength of povidone iodine eye drops that we use as a prophylaxis before surgical procedures? 2.5%, 5%, 10%, or 7.5%? The answer is 5%. In this regard, there is this very interesting article about the timing of application. All of us have discussed the importance of the betadine eye drops before surgery, but the timing also is crucial. After placing the speculum, use of betadine drops decreases the endophthalmitis rate by 7-fold. Now, although this study applies to intravitreal injection, I'm sure we can extrapolate it on some level to even other intraocular procedures as well. So what is the minimum aeration time that needs to be given before ETO-sterilized instruments are used? This also has had various study reports, 4 hours, 6 hours, 12 hours, or 24 hours. The right answer here is 24 hours, although some companies do recommend 12 to 24 hours. There have been various studies where first of all, the concentration that we must follow is 50 parts. And for this concentration to be achieved, it takes on an average 1 to 5 days. So the safest bet is to go for 72 hours at least before, especially for those instruments where there is a lumen, where we are going to reuse it. But the minimum requirement time is of 24 hours. The next question is, what is the gold standard for monitoring of our sterilization? We know we check if the sterilization using the chemical strip or chemical indicators or the strip that we place on the outside of our sets when we sterilize. But how do we monitor our sterilization? The answer here is a biological indicator. What should be the frequency? NABH does recommend weekly evaluation, although based on the study load, weekly, fortnightly, or monthly can be done, but weekly and fortnightly are the most recommended in most guidelines that I could come across. This is probably the last question. What are the recommended OT air changes? Ma'am has clearly said that we need a minimum of 20 total air changes, of which 4 should be total air exchanges. If we suspect endophthalmitis, what is the most crucial step? This I just added after the previous discussion. Half-hourly topicals, IV antibiotics. Should we step up the steroids or intravitreal antibiotics? This is especially relevant for people who are probably practicing in 2-tier, 3-tier places, or even in the rural settings where they have to refer the patient to some other town or city. What should be done? The most crucial step here is intravitreal antibiotics, and like all the seniors here pointed out, it is very essential that this be taught to postgraduates, like how we learned to while doing our PG about how to give an intravitreal injection. This will go a long way in helping us preserve vision in patients where we need them. So intravitreal injections, antibiotics are the first and most important step, even if we suspect an endophthalmitis.